All right, we're going to start with Justin Fields. We'll start with Jared Smalley here on the right.
Justin, a big part of the game is handling nerves. There was so much success early in the game. How did that affect the way you felt, your comfort level, and then ultimately how the offense was?
I think I felt pretty comfortable early on, so that was a good thing. And then just my teammates, they just helped me out a lot, talking to me before the game, and just getting my mind right. And so I think I went out there pretty comfortable.
Front row, Austin.
Justin, you were hard on yourself the last time you were in here for the spring game.
Mm-hmm.
Your first start here. How would you evaluate this? How do you feel going into week 2 now?
I think I did pretty good overall. I mean, of course, there's always room to improve, but we just have to keep working as a unit. Just keep getting better in all aspects of the game.
Front row, Bill.
Justin, what surprised you today, and what was it like playing in the shoe?
Of course, it's always great playing in the shoe, but there wasn't really anything that surprised me. I think us as a team, we prepared well for their looks. They did give us some crazy looks, but overall, I enjoyed it.
Front row, Tim.
Yeah, Justin, could you have had a better start personally than you did? I mean, the run for the touchdown passes, and then past that, when that number 36 hits you really hard after a pass, did you have a little bit of a time to have to recover a little bit from that?
Yeah, I mean, that was my first time getting hit in a while, so I had to get used to that one. But I mean, I think overall I did a good job, so just getting ready for next week.
Second row, Dom.
Obviously, making your first collegiate start, you can only do so much in practice. You can simulate only so much. Is the game starting to slow down a little bit as you got in a bit of a rhythm? Did you start seeing the field?
Yeah, I think that goes on with any player really. So just when you get to know more stuff and just be able to anticipate what they're going to do, the game definitely slows down.
To the left, Bill.
Did you feel like you guys, for the most part, got what you wanted when you were doing the under center stuff? I think you guys ran a lot more of it than anybody anticipated, and you got 2 touchdowns out of it.
Yeah, we've been working on that a lot this off season. So I think we did a good job doing it, and yeah.
The one in the red zone where you threw it to Jeremy in the back, and Luke was like kind of a fullback. He leaked out. Is Luke the first read there? And then it looked like he got taken away. And
Luke was the first read on that one.
Front row, Rob Aller.
Yeah, you said you weren't surprised by anything, but the 51-yard TD, I mean, that was about as wide of a hole as you can find. Did that shock you at all, that it was that
Honestly,
wide?
it did. So when I was running it, I was just like kind of thinking to myself like that was kind of easy, but it definitely surprised me a little bit. So yeah.
And what do you need to work on? What, as you're coming out of this, what maybe are you disappointed in yourself that you can see?
I mean, all aspects of my game can get better and can improve. So I'm just gonna get back in the film room and see what mistakes we had and just fix those and get ready for Cincinnati.
To the left, Ari.
Justin, was there any point, after you guys got up big, second quarter, third quarter, where you were told or you decided just to give the ball on the zone read plays or not to run it yourself?
Well, I was just reading the play out really. So most of the reads were gives, so just reading the play and doing the play.
To my right, Clay.
Yeah, Justin, red hot first quarter, kind of tailed off a little bit in the second. Just can you talk about the ebb and flow of the game of sort of everything working, then nothing, and then you come back strong?
Yeah, I mean, we jumped on them early, but we just got to keep that tempo up and just be able to score all game long.
Good. Okay.
I mean, Coach Day does a great job scheming for the team. So, and our tight ends are very talented. So that wasn't surprising for me at all. I mean, it happens in practice a lot. So I think those guys did a great job today.
And last question, Steve.
Yeah, just want to ask you, your first 2 touchdowns appeared to be complete coverage breaks by them, where Jeremy cut inside, there was nobody there.
Yeah.
The other one, same way. Just what's going through your mind on both of those plays where it's a simple, you walk out there and hand it to him type situation, and how do you not mess something like that up?
Those were definitely surprising. So when I see him like wide open, I just make sure that there's nobody else around him because it just doesn't seem like it's supposed to be that wide open. So it was good though. So yeah.
Thank you, Justin.
Appreciate it.
Coach, if you want to open up with some opening statements, and we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, sure. First off, just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who showed up to the game today. I think it was over 103,000 people showing up. Awesome for a noon kick. Unbelievable at the Skull session today. They were rocking. We felt it early on, and everybody stayed late. So it was really humbling to just go out of that tunnel with our guys with a packed house. That means so much to our players. With an early kickoff, having a packed house coming out, and then feeling them early on, and I think that helped to our great start. I thought we came out to a great start early on. We're kind of clicking on both sides of the ball, hit a little bit of a lull there, but overall, a great start. We wanted to play clean. Watched a lot of football the last week, and there's been a lot of teams out there who haven't played as clean as they'd like. There was a couple things here and there we got to fix, but I thought tackling was good. The ball security, other really than one play, the fumble by J.K., we got to fix. The bubble screen, it was kind of a freak play. We'll get that fixed fast. But other than that, and a couple penalties, I thought it was pretty clean and a good start. And then on defense, again, I thought we ran to the ball early on, and then our second team came in a little bit and let them come down the field, and we can't let that happen. We got to play with depth this season. So a lot to learn from. First step, but we're 1-0, so it's a good start. But again, first step in a long journey.
Front row left, Bill.
First of all, Ryan, what was it like for your first official game as head coach? And then also, what do you attribute the lull to after the fast start?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, first off, the experience was unbelievable. It was awesome, especially with the start that we came out with. It was great, memorable experience. Looking at it here, I think at one point it was 28-3, and I think we were still in the first quarter. It was 28-0, and there was 6:50 to go, I guess, in the first quarter. I don't know if I've ever been a part of a game like that. It was kind of strange that we came out to such a quick lead, and then maybe we took a deep breath there. I'm not sure, but we can't let that happen. We got to keep the pedal to the metal on that, keep going. Then I thought, in the second half on offense, we leaned on them a little bit, kind of pounded them. Justin made some good reads throwing the ball. But again, when you're coming out of preseason, I think one of the things is you spend so much time going against your defense. So whether it's bowl practice, spring ball, preseason, you're going against the same looks over and over again. And in first games, you're getting something that's different, and so it's new. And I think that's why you see a lot of teams play sloppy in that first game. But I thought we adjusted as the game went on, and again, it's a start.
Front row middle, Dave.
I thought he performed well. Playing with, great energy, making good decisions, but more importantly, managing the game, taking care of the ball. That's the biggest thing. And so the big plays will come. I didn't think they'd come that fast. I mean, they were coming fast and furious early on. But a lot of times today, the defense we were seeing was very different than what we see in practice. It was a 3-down front, and they were dropping 8, some. And so the windows weren't as clean. And, he had to scramble sometimes, keep us on schedule. Maybe if the window wasn't there, he kind of scrambled, got us to 2nd and 6, and kept those drives alive. So overall, I thought that was well done. There's still some things in there that protection-wise we got to clean up. Got a long way to go. But for a first start, it was well done.
Over to the left, Doug.
Ryan, we talked so much about the defense in the offseason, just in terms of guys getting to the ball and staying connected. Did they do what you were looking for there?
Yeah, what I was looking for was guys running the ball and hitting. I felt that. I mean, I was watching Pete Werner and Malik Harrison and Jeff Okuda coming to the ball, and you could feel the violence on the field. And that's what we want. We want that toughness, and I felt that. I mean, I felt those guys flying around, and it was. To me, it was intimidating. It was downhill. It was what we want, and I didn't feel that at the end of the game with the second group in there. We got to get that going, but again, a lot to learn from and get on film.
Left middle, Austin.
Ryan, when you talk about stuff to learn from, you had a really good glimpse early about what you could be potential-wise. Was that about what a coach wants? You want good and bad both coming out of this game, you can win comfortably, or how would you view thinking about this tonight, what that really means?
It's a start. We got a really good team coming in here next week who's well coached, and you guys know Luke and those guys are going to be prepared. So we got our hands full. But the good news is we got a lot to learn from this game. And we got a lot of first-time starters in there, a lot of young guys that we can build from. But there's a lot of confidence to build off, too. Guys made plays in this game. Anytime you score 45 points or, you hold the team to negative rushing yards, I'm not sure how long that was, Jerry, but it was maybe into the third quarter. There was negative,
Absolutely.
Yeah, negative rushing yards into the third quarter. That's something to be proud of. So anyways, again, a lot to build from, but a lot to learn from for the young guys as well.
Over to the left, Bill.
Ryan, there seemed to be a good amount of, I guess for lack of a better term, just sort of like pro-style stuff in your offense today. You had like a stretch play, like an offset eye touchdown kind of thing. Ideally, how much of that will be a part of your offense? How much of it is just driven by the matchup and what you see, and then what do you feel like you got out of it?
I think when you look at college football today, I think it's important to have a balance. I think it's important to be able to line up under center, run the football, and play action pass, do some things, and then also run spread and run with tempo. And I think when you can mix those two things and you're good at both of those things, it's not easy to do. But I think our quarterbacks can do that, and Justin can do that. We're lucky enough to have some tight ends with some experience, and we can put those guys in there and do some things with them as well. And I think it brings a different level of preparation for the defense, and it's something that we really haven't done a bunch of here. And so I think it's an edge for us.
Over here to the right, Clay.
Yeah, Urban used to talk about that moment when he would take it all in. You've referenced that hang on Sloopy. Was there a moment for you that you paused to enjoy it?
Yeah, in the tunnel. I give a little dap to Quinn on the way out, and look up at the stands and look up at the full house running out of the tunnel, and the smoke comes out, and that's my time to enjoy it. And it's unbelievable. The hair stands up on your arms and the back of your neck, and you really feel fortunate to be in that situation. And that's my time, and I'll try to make sure we do that every game.
Over to the left, Ari.
Ryan, there was a time where you guys are up 28-0, 6 minutes into the game, and people are joking. Justin Fields coming out in the first quarter, ends up playing till the fourth. Do you come into a game like this with an idea or a plan, what you're going to do with him, and can you take me through the thought process when you're scoring as quickly as you are with what to do with him?
Yeah, I hope our players didn't think what you just said, and that worries me a little bit. Is that we score that fast, that many points. Does our team think that that's happening? And that can't happen. We're going to play, and those guys have to play until we pull them back. And so we're going to address that this week. It's a great start, but we got to keep going. We got to keep pushing, and then we'll make the decision on when we take guys out. And so we don't want guys to think about that. Obviously, we got to be smart in what we do. The situation didn't come up today. Justin's a guy who hasn't played a lot. So the more snaps he can play, I think we played 74 snaps. He needs them all. I wish it was 174 snaps out there. But at the same time, we got to be smart and take care of them.
Second row middle, Dom.
Coach, obviously 1-0, and
Get it from Steven.
next week. How quick do the thoughts turn to Cincinnati?
Right after that, we sang with the student section. Walking off the field and getting in there with the team, and we celebrate all the Warriors, and we are going to enjoy this. It's hard to be 1-0. It doesn't matter how you shake it. When you're in college football, there's a lot of good coaches, a lot of good programs, and proud to be 1-0. But we know what we got ahead of us, and we know this journey is. We looked at it with the first 6 weeks. We got a bye week, those 2 games, a bye week, and then 4 games. And so the goal is to be 1-0. If we can just be 1-0 on Saturday night, I know it's cliche, but it's real. But we're going to sleep on this thing tonight, but we know in the back of our minds that we got a really good team coming in here, a hungry team, a well-coached team, and we're going to have to play really good to beat them.
Got time for a couple more because we have players out there. Middle, Dan.
Ryan, those first 4 possessions, how many of those plays were scripted offensive plays, and how do you feel like the offensive play calling went after that?
Yeah, great. I think that we came out with a good plan. What we do is we don't really do so much scripting. We do more openers, things that we like early on in the game, and then we have to adjust from there and figure out what they're doing. And so the call sheet was pretty big this week because we weren't exactly sure what we were going to get. New defensive coordinator there at FAU, and there were other people on the staff, and so you kind of have to look to see what those guys and backgrounds are. And so there's a lot of different looks that can come into play. And so I thought the ability for us to get into 2 tight ends was good for us. And then we got into the second half, we kind of leaned on them a little bit. And I thought we did a good job there. But overall, I thought the game plan was good, and I thought the guys handled some different looks early on really well.
And final 2 questions, Steven, and then we'll go right to Rob.
Ryan, J.K. Dobbins got the ball 21 times today. Just immediate evaluation on how he ran the ball today.
I thought he ran it good. I'm going to watch the film and see. The ball on the ground is unacceptable. We can't have that. I thought he ran hard, though, at times. Harder than I've seen him run in the past. And so, we'll look at the film and figure out where we can get those things to the second level a little bit faster for him. There were a couple of things in the zone game where we didn't fit it quite right up front. There was a couple guys coming free on that, and we got to get that fixed. But overall, I thought he played hard, and I thought, he ran with his pads down, and that's the first of things to come moving forward.
And Rob.
You like to say you don't improve if you don't fail. Did Justin Fields fail enough today for you? Was there enough there that you can work on
Oh, yeah.
this week?
Oh, yeah.
What Anything specific?
Yeah, protections. Protections, reads, decisions. Lot to build from off of today. I thought overall, though, game management was decent. There was a one time where he scrambled out and took a sack. He could have just thrown it away. It would have been 2nd and 10. I think it was 2nd and 14. Caught a lot of little things there going on there, but again, overall pretty solid, but a ton to learn from. And especially when you look at the film, you're sitting there for 74 plays. You're going to be able to teach off of those 74 plays. And when you're not live, it's hard to get a feel for the decisions that are being made and whether to hang on to a ball, throw it, those type of things. So overall, a lot to learn from.
And again, how'd the process work with the play calling? Were you happy with it, the way, the minutiae of it?
No, I thought it was good. I thought we had great conversation in between series, between Kevin, Mike, and I. Going over and talking to the guys on defense when we were on defense, make sure I was in tune with what was going on there in special teams, and then flip over and get the thoughts from those guys. So I thought it was good, but it's a start.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Jeff, let's be right here at the front. We're going to put Coach Halfley at the front podium. Damon Arnett's right there right. Brandon Bowen.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Jeff Ryan was saying he thought guys ran to the ball, guys hit hard. He said he could feel that sort of violence on the sideline. What did you think of the way your guys got after it?
I agree, especially in the first half. I was really proud of those guys. I think the way we ran to the ball, the way we tackled, it looked to me, at least from upstairs, like there's 7 guys around the ball carrier on every single play. So from that regard, which was probably the thing that I was most anxious about, I'm really proud of those guys. I think they did a good job.
And just, you got to have the 1-2, you have to have the technique and all that, but when you have guys like Okuda and Damon and Pete Werner and Malik, like when you have guys with that talent level, like they do it right. They're pretty good at it.
Yeah, it showed today. If they play with good fundamentals and technique, they know what they're doing, their eyes are in the right place, and they're running the ball. It showed today that we could do it, especially in that first half.
Coach, they had -4 yards after the first half. What does that say to you from a defensive standpoint? I mean,
Yeah, no, I didn't even. I'm glad you told me that. That's kind of how it felt when I looked at it from up there. That's impressive. I mean, -4 yards and against anybody, and I think Lane Kiffin is a really good coach. That's impressive. That says a lot about our players and coaches.
Obviously, you're pleased with how the starters played. Coach said that the backups, they got to step up.
Yeah, I think overall in the second half, just I kind of felt, and we'll see when the film starts, that we kind of let our foot off the gas a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see when we watch the film.
Guys played fast, though.
They did.
So that's the one thing you guys wanted, get to the ball in a hurry.
That's right. They played really fast. They were physical, and really proud of those guys. They did a nice job.
Only gets tougher next week.
That's right. It'll get tougher every week, right? Every week's tough. Just happy to get the first one. Very happy.
Jeff, even though you're walking out on the field the first time, I mean, first game here for you.
A little emotional. Such a special place. It's been a while since I stepped on a college field. Just a lot of thoughts going through my head. Very anxious, very excited to see what these guys who I've really grown to care about. But it was a special moment. All morning was kind of special, just to go through the whole pregame, took the skull session. I haven't done anything like that in my whole life. The fans here are unbelievable. And then the walk through the walk and have all the fans there and walk on the field, that was special. It was pretty cool.
There's a difference between college football and NFL football.
For sure. Atmosphere. That was special. Appreciate the fans out there. That was awesome.
Did you kind of always expect to have 3 linebackers out there as much as you did, or is that something that evolved as you guys practiced?
Well, we felt like today was the best way to start the game, and we got up pretty early, and we kind of just wanted to stay really simple, and we felt like with it we could win the game, and we didn't want to get into too many other things today.
So there was a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. After the first half, we kind of said, "Hey, these guys are doing a good job. Let's just let them go play." We didn't feel like we needed to. We didn't feel like we needed to dive into anything else.
Have you looked at Cincinnati last year on Thursday night?
I did. I watched the game on Thursday night. I think they're a really good team. I think they're well coached, and I think they'll be a really good challenge.
Hey, Jeff, how
fans supposed to feel in a game when you guys score 28 points and hold them on 4 straight possessions for 5 minutes, and then you guys have a lull? Like, how do you feel? How would you advise them to feel after that?
I think it's a good learning moment. You know, you come out like we did, you just got to do it all 4 quarters and you got to finish. They showed what they're capable of, and you know, hopefully we'll learn from that. You know, the whole, I keep saying, right, you have no preseason game, so you never know what you're going to get. Now we see it, now we have stuff to learn from, and usually you take your biggest jump, at least in my experience, between week 1 and week 2. I know that's kind of cliche, but it's the truth. So hopefully they'll learn from it.
But you've had preseason your whole life,
yeah,
for a large portion of it. Is that what that felt like a little bit, just a way to get out there?
I wouldn't say that. Again, I'd have to really go back and watch the tape to see what happened. But just really proud of those guys, the way they played in the first half. And even the guys who came in, you know, we got the win. They hit some good plays. I think they're a good team. I think Coach Kiffin's really good. I do. And just we'll learn from it and go on.
And what about Proctor back there? Coming in, having a pick. I know a lot of people are excited about him.
Yeah.
What did you see during the preparation in him? And is he...
Same thing you saw today. He's got the ability. He's got great athleticism back there. It's a great play. I'm excited to watch it on tape. It got me excited at the end.
Yeah, before, I know you haven't watched the film yet, obviously, but who are some guys that maybe jumped out to you just watching it live today?
Just, you know, it's kind of hard because I'm not like zoomed in on one guy up there. If you just look at the stats, I mean, Chase looked unblockable early, right? Just from a big picture. I think Jordan Fuller, coming back from his injury and the way he played today and tackled, there was a reverse. He was like 7 yards in the backfield. I was like, whoa, back up a little bit. But he had about 7 tackles. I think Malik had 5 tackles and a sack, you know, so I think he looked pretty good. But just overall, just proud of all those guys, especially the way they came out and played today. They answered the bell, and we got to build from it, and we got to learn from it.
Is it, you talk with Ryan so much about his first true game as a head coach. When you're any coach who's coaching their new group of guys for the first time, just how curious were you? Did you feel like you had a good handle preseason on this, or did you really want to see?
I wanted to see. I think we were all anxious. I thought we had an idea of what we had, but I was anxious, you know, just to see it in a real moment against somebody else where you have to tackle every single play. So I was anxious and excited.
When it looked like you guys played tough and barren.
Yeah.
A good amount. What did you see from, I guess, the whole linebacker group, but especially those 2 guys maybe sharing that spot?
Again, just from, and I'm being honest, I don't like zoom in on one guy up there. They looked fast and they looked physical. There was a lot of tackles made. It was 2nd and 10 and 3rd and 10 a lot in that first half.
And you guys moved the bullet and the 3rd corner in and out. You rotated linebackers, but it seems like Jeff and Damon and Jordan seems like are going to be out there almost all the time.
Well, I felt comfortable with them out there. It looked like they were doing a good job, and you know, it really didn't seem like they threw their receivers very much. I wanted them to try to get at some action. Yep. I thought they tackled really well. Damon had a nice pass breakup. He almost had that pick. I couldn't tell how close he was, honestly, from up there. But yeah, I just wanted to get them to play football a little bit together, and that's why it could change next week.
But those are 3 pretty reliable veterans.
3 guys we trust, for sure.
That you trust.
Yeah, go ahead, last one.
Yeah, what were your initial impressions of the defensive line, especially defensive end? I mean, you had guys out. Jonathan Cooper couldn't play.
Yeah, well, from the first half, it looked like they were in the backfield on every play. So good first impression, and I hope they continue to do that.
Great.
All right, thanks guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, folks, we have Jordan Fuller for 3 minutes at the front. He's got a birthday to attend to. Not his dad's.
Oh. Jordan, we talked so much this offseason about what was going to be different with the defense. Was this what you wanted it to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first half we came out and did our thing, did what we wanted to do. I know on the back end we wanted a little more action at times, but yeah, it was definitely amazing that first half. But we got a lot of things to shore up. So.
Coach Day would say like he just felt like he could feel you guys attacking and sort of feel the violence there on the field. How important is that to play with that aggression, right? I mean, you got to be smart and play with technique, but like you guys, it felt like you were running the ball and getting after it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, within the rules of the game, yeah, you got to play fast, got to play violent, and I think that's what we did for most of the game. So yeah, I think it only benefits us, and what our opponents see on film, like they take that into account as well.
How did you feel back there, like the one deep safety there, sort of surveying the field and see everything unfold in front of you? How'd that feel for you?
I felt good. I mean, I have a lot of reps at it now, just going through camp and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really comfortable with that position. But yeah, shout out to the D-line linebackers and everybody in front of me. I didn't have to do too much today, so yeah.
during all camp, we've heard about Josh Proctor being the guy who back to making plays, he gets an interception at the end of the game. What did you see him do on that play, and what does that mean to you guys as a team to be able to force that kind of turnover?
I would say if a quarterback wants to loft the ball up there, I mean, our mindset is that it's ours too. And Josh has been great at that all camp, and he showed it again today. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised at all. I was really happy for him to get that kind of payday in the stadium, though. That was really special to me. But yeah, I mean, if the ball's in the air, we gotta make him pay for it.
One last question for Jordan, folks.
Last year in the opener, you guys gave up a couple of big plays. Today, I think there was one play longer than 15 yards in the first 3 quarters they gave up. What's that you're feeling coming out of this game compared to coming out of the opener against Oregon State last year? As far as how the defense played.
I mean, definitely a difference. Definitely had some bright spots in the beginning of the game, but kind of left the game with a little sour taste in our mouth. Just we don't want to finish the game like that as the silver bullets. But yeah, I mean, definitely different than last year. But I mean, we're by no means at our ceiling, so we got to keep going.
Jordan, thank you very much.